Have you ever noticed the little things he does? Those tiny gestures that seem almost invisible, yet somehow make you feel truly seen. Sometimes, it's not the grand declarations of love or the dramatic moments that reveal the depth of his feelings, but the quiet, almost imperceptible ways he shows you that you matter more than anyone else in his world. Emotional attachment isn't always loud or obvious. In fact, the most profound connections often exist in silence, in subtle cues that only someone paying close attention would notice. From remembering the smallest details about you to checking in when you least expect it, these signs are like breadcrumbs leading to the truth of how he really feels. He might not announce his feelings to the world or overwhelm you with constant words, but his actions speak volumes. Emotional attachment is about presence, attentiveness, and care. And these are qualities that can't be faked or forced. When a man is truly invested, he shows it through consistent, thoughtful behavior, even in ways that seem small or inconsequential. You might notice that he remembers things you mentioned casually weeks ago, or that he seems to sense your mood changes before you even say a word. Maybe he makes time for you despite a busy schedule, or he supports your dreams quietly, without needing recognition. These actions may seem ordinary at first glance, but they are powerful indicators of a deeper bond. Emotional attachment is built on these patterns, creating trust, security, and intimacy over time. In this video, we're going to explore 15 quiet ways a man shows he is deeply emotionally attached to you. These signs are subtle, yet they reveal the truth of his feelings in a way that words alone cannot. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recognize the genuine care, attention, and affection that come from someone who is truly emotionally invested in you. You'll see how these gestures, sometimes so small that they could easily be overlooked, actually paint a clear picture of someone who values you deeply and consistently. Whether it's through thoughtful messages, protecting your emotional space, or staying patient during your struggles, each sign demonstrates a level of emotional connection that goes beyond surface-level interest. If you've ever wondered whether he really cares, whether his feelings are genuine, or whether you're truly a priority in his life, this guide will give you the clarity you need. Pay attention, because these quiet signs often speak louder than the loudest words, and recognizing them can help you understand the depth of his love, commitment, and emotional presence. By noticing these subtle yet meaningful behaviors, you'll gain insight into his true attachment, and perhaps see your relationship in a new light. Emotional attachment isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistency, attentiveness, and the little things that make you feel valued every single day. 1. He remembers the smallest details about you. When someone is deeply emotionally attached, they notice things most people would overlook. It's not just about remembering your birthday or favorite food. He recalls the subtle details, like the song that makes you smile, the exact way you take your coffee, or even little anecdotes you mentioned months ago. These memories aren't stored superficially. They internalize because he values you and your experiences. This attentiveness shows a profound emotional connection. Remembering small details is his way of showing that you matter, that your thoughts, preferences, and stories have significance to him. It's not about trying to impress, it's about truly knowing you. When he brings up something you forgot mentioning, or surprises you with something that aligns perfectly with your taste, it's a sign he's emotionally invested. The more emotionally attached someone is, the more effortless it becomes for them to notice and recall these nuances. It's also his way of making you feel seen and understood, building a sense of safety and closeness. This attention to detail often happens quietly. He doesn't announce it or seek validation, but it speaks volumes about how deeply he cares. If you notice that he remembers things that even you sometimes forget, it's a clear indicator that his attachment goes beyond casual interest. It's a reflection of genuine emotional involvement. 2. He checks on you without any reason. A man who is emotionally attached doesn't need a special occasion to check in on you. He might send a message or call just to ask how your day is going, or to see if you've eaten, rested, or are feeling okay. There's no ulterior motive, no expectation of reciprocation. He simply cares. These spontaneous check-ins are a reflection of his emotional investment in your well-being. Unlike casual acquaintances who might only reach out when convenient, Someone deeply attached makes you a priority even in small, quiet ways. The timing can be random: a morning text before work, a mid-afternoon message, or a late-night note to ensure you're all right. But each one is meaningful. This behavior reflects a mental and emotional presence. He's thinking about you even when you're apart, and his thoughts naturally turn toward your happiness and comfort. Often, these gestures go unnoticed because they are subtle and consistent, not grand or dramatic. But they reveal a steady and genuine attachment. He's emotionally present, attentive, and invested, showing care without needing to verbalize it loudly. If someone is checking on you without any reason, it's a sign they value your emotional state as much as their own. 3. He listens more than he talks. Listening is one of the most underrated signs of emotional attachment. When a man is truly attached, he prioritizes understanding your thoughts, feelings, and experiences rather than dominating conversations or steering attention toward himself. He absorbs your words carefully, asks follow-up questions, and remembers key points from your stories. This kind of listening isn't passive. It's active, demonstrating that he respects your voice and values what you have to say. He may nod, maintain eye contact, or subtly mirror your expressions, reinforcing that he's fully present. Emotional attachment is revealed when he processes your emotions empathetically. He senses when you're stressed, happy, or upset, and responds accordingly. This patience and attentiveness show that your inner world matters to him deeply. Unlike casual listeners, he doesn't interrupt or trivialize your feelings. Instead, he creates a space where you feel safe expressing yourself fully. Over time, this pattern of listening fosters trust and intimacy. The more emotionally attached he is, the more naturally he steps back to let you speak while offering support without overshadowing your narrative. In essence, listening becomes his way of demonstrating love, care, and a deep emotional bond, sometimes more powerfully than words ever could. 4. He notices your mood changes immediately. A man who is emotionally attached to you has an intuitive sense of your emotions. He doesn't need you to explicitly tell him that something is wrong. He can sense subtle changes in your energy, tone of voice, or body language. A slight frown, a delayed response, or even a quieter-than-usual laugh catches his attention. This attentiveness isn't superficial. It's a reflection of how deeply he is attuned to you. When he notices your mood shift, he doesn't dismiss it or assume it's insignificant. Instead, he asks gently, checks in, or subtly adjusts his behavior to support you. This could be as simple as giving you space, sending a comforting message, or offering help without being asked. Emotional attachment is often measured by this kind of sensitivity. He prioritizes your emotional state, sometimes even over his own comfort. It's not about controlling your feelings. It's about being present and responsive. Over time, you'll notice that he rarely misses these shifts, and his reactions are consistent, patient, and understanding. The ability to notice moods immediately demonstrates that he's not just interested in the surface-level interactions but is invested in your well-being. It's a quiet, profound way of showing care, often unnoticed by others but deeply felt by you. When someone consistently recognizes your emotional changes and responds with empathy, it's a clear sign of strong emotional attachment. 5. He makes time for you despite a busy schedule. One of the most telling signs of emotional attachment is the effort someone puts into spending time with you, even when life is hectic. When a man is genuinely emotionally invested, he rearranges his priorities, sacrifices convenience, and ensures that you feel valued. It's not about grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It's about showing up consistently. He may squeeze in short calls during work, plan small dates between commitments, or dedicate weekends to be with you. This behavior reveals that you are important to him and that your connection holds a significant place in his life. Emotional attachment is reflected in these deliberate choices. He chooses you despite other obligations. It also shows respect for your time and presence, as he understands that quality moments matter more than quantity. Over time, this effort communicates reliability and stability. You don't have to wonder if he truly cares. His actions speak for themselves. It's easy to claim someone is busy, but someone emotionally attached finds ways to stay connected without compromising their responsibilities. Making time consistently is a subtle but undeniable sign that he values your relationship deeply. 6. He supports your goals quietly. True emotional attachment is about uplifting you without seeking recognition or praise. When a man is emotionally invested, he supports your dreams, ambitions, and personal growth silently. He encourages you through actions rather than words alone, sharing resources, offering advice, or quietly checking on your progress. He celebrates your successes without jealousy and comforts you during setbacks without judgment. This quiet support demonstrates that he values your individuality and wants to see you flourish. He doesn't push his own agenda or try to take credit. Instead, he acts as a steady presence behind the scenes, helping you reach your goals while respecting your pace. Emotional attachment means rooting for your growth because your happiness and fulfillment are intertwined with his care for you. Over time, you notice that he's invested in your journey, not just in the relationship, which creates deep trust and emotional intimacy. His encouragement feels natural, consistent, and genuine, never forced. This subtle, behind-the-scenes support is one of the most powerful indicators of emotional attachment because it shows that he cares about your life as a whole, not just the moments you share together. 7. He celebrates your wins privately. When a man is emotionally attached, he takes genuine joy in your achievements, but not for show or attention. He doesn't need to announce your successes on social media or seek recognition for his role in your life. Instead, he celebrates them quietly, often with subtle gestures that show his proud. It could be a heartfelt message, a private smile, or a small surprise that acknowledges your effort. This private celebration reflects emotional intimacy because it's about the connection between you two rather than public validation. He understands that your happiness is personal, and he respects that privacy, ensuring that his support feels sincere and unpressured. The joy he feels for you is not tied to his ego. It's rooted in genuine care and admiration. Over time, you notice that he consistently honors your accomplishments without needing applause or attention, which is a rare and meaningful sign of emotional attachment. His quiet pride demonstrates that he values your growth and wants to see you succeed purely because it makes you happy. In relationships, this type of understated support creates trust and a sense of safety, knowing that your partner genuinely wants the best for you. If someone celebrates your wins privately, it's a strong indicator that their attachment is deep, authentic, and emotionally mature. 8. He protects your emotional space. Emotional attachment often manifests as respect for your inner world. A man who is emotionally connected understands that your feelings, thoughts, and vulnerabilities are sacred and should be protected. He avoids pressuring you to share more than you're ready to, respects your boundaries, and ensures that his actions don't create emotional strain. This protection isn't controlling. It's a conscious effort to create a safe space where you can express yourself freely. He listens without judgment, refrains from criticizing, and supports you even in moments of silence. Protecting your emotional space shows that he values your mental and emotional well-being as much as his own, recognizing that a healthy, trusting connection requires care, patience, and sensitivity. Over time, this creates an environment where intimacy can flourish naturally, without fear or tension. Emotional attachment is demonstrated not just in words but in consistent behavior that safeguards your emotional state. When someone prioritizes your inner peace and comfort, it reflects a profound level of care, commitment, and understanding. It's a subtle, quiet sign, but one that speaks volumes about how deeply he is invested in the relationship and in you as a person. 9. He mirrors your habits and expressions. Mirroring is a psychological sign of deep emotional connection. When a man is emotionally attached, he subconsciously reflects your gestures, expressions, speech patterns, and even posture. This behavior is not mimicry in a playful sense. It's a natural, empathetic response indicating that he is attuned to you on a subconscious level. By mirroring your habits, he creates a sense of harmony and connection, reinforcing that he is in sync with you. This subtle behavior demonstrates empathy and emotional closeness because he is literally aligning himself with your experiences and feelings. It can be as simple as adopting your laugh, using similar phrases, or adjusting his tone to match your mood. Over time, These small actions build a sense of familiarity, comfort, and mutual understanding. Emotional attachment is shown in this way because he unconsciously wants to connect with you and make interactions feel natural and harmonious. When you notice that he mirrors your habits or expressions, it's a clear indicator that he feels emotionally connected, invested, and aligned with you, not just mentally, but emotionally. This quiet, instinctive behavior strengthens intimacy and deepens the bond between you. 10. He respects your boundaries without being asked. One of the clearest signs of emotional attachment is respecting your boundaries without needing reminders. A man who is truly emotionally connected understands that your personal limits, whether emotional, physical, or mental, are important and non-negotiable. He doesn't push you into uncomfortable situations or pressure you to reveal more than you're ready to share. Instead, he intuitively adapts his behavior to honor your needs. This could be giving you space when you're overwhelmed, not insisting on constant communication, or avoiding topics that trigger stress. Respecting boundaries isn't just about compliance. It reflects empathy, patience, and genuine care. It shows that he values you as a complete person, not just someone to be influenced or molded. Over time, this consistent behavior builds trust because you know he will not overstep or disregard your feelings. Emotional attachment is often quiet and subtle, demonstrated through these small but meaningful actions. When someone honors your boundaries without being asked, it's a sign that he is emotionally mature, attentive, and genuinely invested in your well-being. 11. He shares his vulnerabilities with you. Emotional attachment is a two-way street, and one of the strongest indicators is when he opens up about his own feelings and fears. Sharing vulnerabilities requires trust, courage, and a sense of safety. And when a man chooses to do this with you, it shows that he feels deeply connected. He might reveal insecurities, past experiences, or personal struggles that he doesn't share with anyone else. This transparency is a powerful form of intimacy. It indicates that he values your understanding and empathy. Vulnerability fosters emotional closeness, allowing both of you to bond on a deeper level. He doesn't overshare just to gain sympathy or attention. He does it because he trusts you and wants you to know the real him. Over time, this open exchange creates mutual respect and emotional security, strengthening the connection. When someone allows themselves to be vulnerable with you, it's a clear sign that their attachment is genuine, deep, and based on authentic emotional investment. 12. He prioritizes your comfort over his convenience. A man who is emotionally attached will often put your comfort ahead of his own convenience. Whether it's adjusting plans to suit your preferences, sacrificing his time, or accommodating your needs in small ways, he consistently shows that your happiness matters. This doesn't mean he neglects himself, but he consciously considers how his actions affect you and your well-being. It could be choosing a restaurant you like even if it's not his favorite, helping you through stressful situations, or simply making the effort to create an environment where you feel safe and valued. Emotional attachment is demonstrated in these subtle, everyday decisions. By prioritizing your comfort, he signals that your feelings and experiences are as important as his own, reflecting care, empathy, and genuine investment in the relationship. Over time, these actions build a deep sense of trust and reassurance, showing that he is committed to your happiness without expecting anything in return. 13. He sends thoughtful messages randomly. One of the most subtle yet powerful signs of emotional attachment is when a man reaches out spontaneously with thoughtful messages. These aren't obligatory texts or good morning greetings. They're meaningful notes that show his thinking about you even when you're apart. He might send a song that reminded him of you, a link to something you love, or a simple message checking in on how your day is going. These random gestures reflect care, attentiveness, and genuine interest in your happiness. They communicate, without words, that you occupy a space in his mind and heart consistently, not just when it's convenient. Thoughtful messages often go unnoticed by others, but for the recipient, they carry immense emotional weight. They demonstrate that he values your connection enough to make small, deliberate efforts to brighten your day or show support. Over time, these gestures create a sense of closeness and security, reinforcing the emotional bond. When someone sends thoughtful messages without expecting anything in return, it's a clear indicator of deep emotional attachment, attentiveness, and authentic care. 14. He remembers how you like things done. A man who is emotionally attached pays attention to your preferences and habits, not superficially, but in ways that demonstrate understanding and care. He remembers how you like your coffee, the way you organize your space, your preferred routines, or even the little quirks that make you feel comfortable. Remembering these details isn't about control or manipulation. It's about making your life smoother and showing that he values your comfort and happiness. This behavior reflects attentiveness and emotional investment, as he internalizes your habits and uses them to connect with you meaningfully. Over time, these thoughtful actions communicate that he listens, cares, and prioritizes your needs. Emotional attachment is built on these small, consistent gestures that make you feel seen and understood. When someone remembers how you like things done and acts on it, it's a subtle but powerful signal that he is deeply connected to you, paying attention not only to your words but to your patterns and preferences. This kind of attentiveness strengthens trust and creates a sense of harmony in the relationship. 15. He stays calm and patient during your struggles. Emotional attachment is often revealed in how a person responds to your challenges. A man who is truly emotionally connected remains calm, composed, and patient when you face difficulties or emotional turmoil. He doesn't react with frustration, judgment, or irritation. Instead, he offers steady support, a listening ear, and understanding. This patience shows that he values you and your well-being above momentary inconveniences or emotional reactions. By staying grounded, he creates a safe environment where you can express your feelings freely without fear of criticism. His calmness reassures you that he is a reliable presence, capable of weathering storms alongside you. Emotional attachment isn't about perfection or solving every problem. It's about commitment, empathy, and emotional stability. When someone remains patient and supportive during your struggles, it demonstrates a deep level of care and investment in your life. This consistent behavior signals that his attachment is genuine and that is emotionally present not just in happy moments, but also when you need support the most.